Hello and welcome back to the Misfits podcast, rated 5 stars on iTunes by Kiss Me Toby.
Oh.
He or she says,
Whoa.
monkey eat banana.
Hey, yeah. Dude, we're pimp chimping.
That guy's pimp chimping.
We are pimp
I am
chimping.
joined today by my
No, we're not.
co-hosts. Well, thank you for listening, guys. It's been a great show. No. Mason is here, a.k.a. Zuckles.
What's up, guys?
Jay, a.k.a. McCreamy's in the building as well.
How's it going, everyone?
Matt, a.k.a. Notorious, is here.
Yo, what it do?
Toby on the motherfucking tally is here.
Hello.
And, of course, the illustrious Swagger Souls is here,
We
too.
pimp chimping.
We are not pimp chimping.
Yes, we
recording
are.
a podcast.
No, we're not.
Podcast.
We are doing
No, we're
this.
not.
We're back again. It's the quarantine gang. We're on the Discord call. We got the video chat up. Jay is looking very cozy. I myself,
Holy shit.
very cozy. I got a nice blanket. I got my feet up. I'm relaxing, and we were all gonna hang out and give you guys a nice quality hour of entertainment. Toby,
I'm in a hallway.
Oh, yeah. I was like, why are you in a
See,
hallway?
there's two doors.
yeah, it's kind of enticing. Like I feel like I want to know what's behind door number 1, but I
Which
also want to know
door?
what's behind door number 2. You know, like what's going on there?
Not opening either of them.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
honestly disappointing.
Well, this is Millie's room,
Uh-huh.
and this is the garage.
Why are you in a hallway?
Ooh.
Well, because there's not much room. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I just need. This is just where my stream setup is, mate.
Wait, what about your room?
It hasn't got enough room for a desk in it.
Didn't it used to, though?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't
but
know.
that was before the fucking you were doing, though.
Yeah.
So you had to make some.
I need room for the whore to sleep on the ground.
Yeah.
Sleep
I'm
on
to
the
make
ground.
adjustments.
Well, I wanted the king bed,
Newspaper in the
and then I
corner. She'll be
needed,
fine.
needed the futon for the whore. And
futon,
after that, there was
that's
simply
such a
no
cool
room
word.
for my stream setup. So
Toby,
My sex wing. Yeah.
how long have you been back in New Zealand?
It's probably nearly been 2 months now.
Yeah, shit. When are you coming
That's
back?
crazy.
I don't know.
I
Never.
miss you. We miss you, Toby.
yeah, we did
Oh,
this.
wow. See, Swagger said I, and then he was like, well, that's a bit too much. I'm going to say we, make it a communal.
I mean, we.
we miss you. It's not
Yeah.
just me.
Not just me.
Yeah, Toby hasn't been on a current episode of the podcast in quite some time, and you did go home to New Zealand due to COVID, really, and because you were homeless and
Yeah.
you wanted a stream set up and
Yeah.
sort of see
Yeah,
like,
so
the play.
the main thing is we signed those Twitch contracts, and I was like, well, I need to stream, but also I'm homeless, so where do I stream from? So I decided to just go
True.
home and spend quarantine somewhere I can stream, and I've streamed over 300 hours since then.
That's
fucking
hella good.
insane.
Fuck.
Are we allowed to say how many hours you have to do total in the year?
I think so.
Probably
Do you
right.
know how much that is? How many hours, or is it just more?
Me personally, my one's higher than yours. I have to do 100 hours a month.
Okay,
Fuck
so you've done
off.
3 months worth.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
And-
1,200
and how long?
hours.
About a
That's so
month?
pog.
In like a month and a half.
Man, I need you to help me out because I am so behind. That's crazy.
You're on a total of about 4.
Like maybe 20 minutes, and then we should mention before we jump into any crazy combos that this show is sponsored, as always, by gamersubs.gg. You can head over to
Right,
gamersubs.gg and use code Misfits to pick yourself up some delicious chalk-free, lead-free liquid energy.
Dude,
to keep us going.
Dragon fruit punch. Absolute
stuff.
pog champ.
Tasty stuff. Mason, how you doing?
Yeah, good, mate. Yeah.
Cool. That was the Mason 5 seconds. That's all you'll be hearing from this episode.
I'm good.
Mason, do you ever see the comments that are like, "What's Mason thinking about? What's he thinking about when he's sitting there?" You know.
Yeah, I
like,
read them. Yeah, I read them all the time.
because a lot of the time, like you're quite the silent type. What is going through your mind during the podcast when you're just sort of like gazing?
I don't know. I'm just thinking about random shit.
Like what, though? Can you, like, pinpoint something?
Share us one
Like a
thought.
chimpanzee wearing overalls, smacking some symbols together.
Oh, dude, that's what I think about.
Something like that.
Thinking
I mean,
about cock and balls.
I feel like people get the impression sometimes that we don't include you, but I honestly think that you're just bored.
Nah,
True.
it's not. I mean, it's not that I'm bored. It's like I just find it hard to gather interest in specific things.
Right. I mean, we do talk about a lot of stuff that you might not be interested in. Like sometimes we talk about just like weird fucking shit or swaggers and some like science rant, and you just like don't. I feel like we should start a segment called the Mason the Mason Minute.
Mason moments.
Or the Mason Moment, where Mason just talks about literally anything that he fucking wants to talk about.
Yeah, do you
Could be
want
the dumbest
to
shit ever.
drive this?
Or it could be the smartest shit ever. You never know.
Well,
I've also just completely dropped this on Mason on the spot. He had no idea how to throw this at him.
Yeah, I mean,
So maybe you got nothing right now, but I thought it was just a funny idea.
yeah, I don't got nothing, man.
All right. Well, let me know when you come up with a thought this episode, and you just say like, "Cam, I got something." And
yeah.
At any point. At any point.
Yeah. However, let's get back to.
I got something.
What?
Pog.
What?
It's gone.
It's gone.
That's
Oh.
all right. I have it.
Oh,
Yeah.
so close.
That's
It's
good.
all right.
Let us know when
Alright.
it comes back.
I was a half chub.
Oh, shit.
Toby, what's going on in your life lately, pal?
Uh,
Just streaming. I mean, you've streamed 300 hours recently, so it probably doesn't leave much room for anything else.
not much else.
like how many hours a day do you average on live stream?
10 probably.
That's crazy.
That's some crazy hours.
That's like XQC hours.
I'd say that's probably about the average because I've had some that have been over, some that have been less.
How much do you sleep?
8 hours,
So you
7 hours.
okay? And so there's like
I stream and then I watch shitty reality TV shows with that girl I met at PAX, and then I go to sleep.
What kind of shows are you into right now?
We watch like Love Is Blind, Love Island, basically all the
Love
shitty Netflix reality shows.
Right.
Lots of love-oriented shows.
Well, they're just really funny.
Well,
They're just so fucking dumb.
what's that? Is one of them like the social media show where like it's like a bunch of people?
The Circle.
Yeah. Has anyone seen that? What the fuck's that show?
I haven't
No.
Ryan was watching it once at his house, and it was like the weirdest concept ever. I don't know who the fuck watches these shows.
Well, I was watching a show recently called Too Hot to Handle, and the entire premise of it is they put a bunch of really horny, attractive 20-year-olds on an island, and they're not allowed to have sex.
That's such a funny idea.
Which, like, for
Right.
normal people, it's like, oh, okay, we get money if we don't have sex, easy. But for these people, it's like, oh, I really need to have sex right now.
So
You know
weird.
Fucking hot, but on the other
know what
hand,
they should do?
$1 million. What do I do?
You know what they should do? They should put like 10 virgins on an island and force them to have sex.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
that's not.
see,
You can't.
Yeah,
Force
you
and
can
sex
do-
should never be in the same sentence. Jay.
No, you can do whatever you want. Like,
You can do whatever you want, Jay.
Isn't there a show called Naked Attraction where it's literally like a dating show where people pick their partner
Yeah.
based off the lower third
wait, really? What
of
the
their
fuck?
body?
And it's
Just
on,
show
it's,
it.
it's
Just like
on
their knees and
television.
below.
It's on television.
the
It's just
fuck?
their
It sounds
cock and balls or
epic.
their.
It's a
Wait, you
British
can-
show.
Cock and balls?
You
Really?
see it on TV?
Apparently
Yeah.
so. There's just straight
No
up cock
way.
and balls.
It's a British TV show targeted at like lonely 40-year-old women, I think.
Yeah. What do you
And,
expect? It's BBC.
Cock and balls.
Yeah, it's BBC. I don't know what time of day it's on. Probably like after 10 or something. But yeah, you see full cock and ball. I'm pretty sure. Forgive my French. Vaginas. on
No,
the show as
not
well.
vaginas
surely
as well.
not.
Yeah, you actually see vaginas as well on this show.
Wow.
You know what's so crazy about these shows? Like, they are so popular. Because
Yeah,
I
well-
didn't realize this until recently, but Love Island UK, when it is on, it's on for like 6 weeks every single night.
Damn.
Oh,
So there's
Yeah.
like
What
50 episodes a season. It's insane.
But
Well,
like,
sex,
what are the?
sex sells.
I guess, but like,
True.
what's the viewership really? You know, like what is it
Just
really?
bunch
Yeah, I don't know.
of cooners.
I think it's
People
probably
beating the
really
schmeat.
cheap to make too.
Yeah.
Dude,
with
think
late-
about it. It's cheaper to make than porn, and they can stretch it out for how many seasons, and they don't
As
have
if
to have
people are
sex at
beating
all.
off to
What
a
the fuck?
reality TV show.
Dude, people beat
People
off
beat
to
off to the
anything.
darnest
I've
things.
beat off.
Yeah,
to,
I know,
I've,
but-
I've beat off to one of those like late night phone ads
All right,
like
let's,
on
let's
TV.
get into this
on,
real quick.
on
Late night
TV.
phone ad.
What do you
Mason?
mean?
Like,
Like
Raid
those-
Shadow
those
Legends
late
pops up.
night,
Like
like,
phone sex.
Those late night shows where they're like, call this number to win a prize if you guess this.
Oh, wait.
So it wasn't even sexual.
Nah, nah.
What the fuck was
he
it?
just won a prize and came.
It was the chick who was hot or some shit.
I'm
Sure,
sure
you
that
called
there.
the number, and it was like a phone sex or some shit.
Man, I don't remember exactly how it went down.
I think you remember.
How old
Was
were
this
you?
just like the automated?
Oh, I
like,
was very
phone
young.
marketing Answer.
Very
it was
young.
like the robocall. You're still just like.
I'm sure
mean-
that there is a number of people listening to this podcast that are currently beating off. So if you're one of them, get your fucking hands off of your dick.
Man, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
Apparently-
It's
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
disgusting.
I mean, sometimes we get tweets saying like, "Yo, man, I was fucking my girl to your podcast earlier."
That's epic.
That's pretty
I
fun.
hope that's real.
I can
Like, if that's happening right now, that's fog.
Oh, dude, yeah, keep going. Go harder,
breathing, keep
quicker,
breathing.
faster.
Yikes.
Yikes.
How is that yikes?
That's
so
fucking yuck,
that'd be so
dude.
Like,
cool.
Like,
Can you
Sex is
imagine?
fucking yuck.
Yo.
don't partake in their shenanigans.
No,
They'll do
dude,
that
let's
themselves.
talk to them.
No.
Hey, stop having sex. Let's have a conversation.
All right. Well,
You just-
we actually got a caller on the line. Currently having sex with his wife. It's Derek. Derek, how you doing?
I'm having sex. Hey, shut the fuck up, dude. I'm in the middle of sex.
Derek, how's it going, buddy?
It was going fine until you rang me.
Yeah. Well, is she having a good time?
But not anymore. I had to stop.
Well,
Are you wearing a condom, Derek?
No.
Oh.
Wait. Are you trying to get her pregnant?
Yes.
Oh my
Oh.
God!
Oh,
Congrats! You trying to have
congrats.
kids?
That's sick.
Yeah. Well, her cycle is almost over, so I'd appreciate it if you were to hang up the fucking phone.
how's it going though? Like,
Her
how long
cycle?
you been at it
It's
for?
going great. Ovaries, idiot.
Is she 49?
No, she's. I don't know how old she is.
Oh,
That's,
Probably something you should know.
it's not your wife? Oh, he's not.
oh shit. I'm Chris Hansen.
Jesus, Derek.
That's fucking crazy. What's wrong with him?
I just want to
Derek's
point out
wild.
that all of those effects you just heard were live. Swagger
Yeah,
has
it
this
was-
new
Mhm.
mixer bit of
Yeah,
equipment.
dude.
I was not expecting
pretty
it to sound
cool.
that good.
Go hit us with another one, Swags.
Oh, hang on.
I am Stephen Hawking.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't believe the real Stephen Hawking's on
Yes,
the
dude.
podcast.
It's
I thought
oh
he
my
Put that in the
God.
title now.
It's
Featuring
fucking
Stephen
crazy.
Hawking.
Absolutely
It's
crazy.
podcast.
Dude. Yo, rest in peace to my homie Steven. Steven.
Figured out black holes and shit, which is fucking lit.
So shout out to Steven.
Oh, God.
Oh my
Is
God.
there anything better than making fun of the dead?
It's pretty damn good. There's
What
also
the fuck
there's also
was
like
that?
it's also like reverb and an echo.
Wow.
Nice.
So it's pretty
Swagger,
good.
come back. Come back.
I'm back. And then there's pitch.
I could go really high.
Oh my
and
God.
I could go pretty damn low. I go real low.
I think I need one of these. This must be good for your
and-
stream.
And then
And
and then this one would be good for Toby. There's a gender switch. I can change my genders
Wait,
at will.
you just a switch?
Yeah, dude. I
Hog.
can.
You're just gonna pay
if I
tens of
wanted-
thousands of dollars for surgery. This is
Fuck.
remarkable.
Easy.
If I want to sound like a man, then all I have to do is I turn it all the
Oh my
way
God,
over
Swagger
here.
sounds like a man right
I
now.
sound like a real man. I sound like a sexy hunk, an irresistible piece of meat.
I'd fuck.
And then when I go back up here,
Oh, I don't know what size pussy I am. Oh, honey, can you please go to the store and pick some up?
Do they come in sizes? I should know this.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a pussy. To my knowledge.
Toby, speaking of pussies, how's your whole transition progress going? We haven't checked in a while. You know.
It's going good. I recently had to, when I came to New Zealand, I had to up my dosage of like my pills, and I started having mood swings,
Yeah.
and I started getting irrationally angry at people.
Dude, no pills, no
shit.
powders, dude. No pills, no powders.
So you know what's like super interesting? Like you know how it's like notorious is like everyone's like, oh, you know, women are crazy. You know, they have like these crazy mood swings and get angry about shit.
Yeah.
So like I realized it's kind of like anxiety where you know that it's irrational, but you
Yeah.
still feel pissed. Like
Right.
I was angry at someone because they lived far away from me, but I knew that was dumb. So I was just sitting there laughing about it, but in my head I was still angry. It's really weird. Like you can't
Dude.
stop the emotion even though you know it's dumb.
I would hate to
That's
be
crazy.
a woman. I would hate so badly to be a woman. That shit would
It's
suck.
kind of fucked.
Yeah, dude. Like, dude, just imagine, like, this guy lives far away from me. I fucking hate him. Like, that's it's such a woman thing, dude. Oh, dude. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you, Toby.
God.
It's such a woman thing.
Are you,
Woman, am I right?
do you think you're gonna have to buy a bra soon?
Yeah, look.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got some
dude.
titties coming in.
Like
Whoa.
literally,
That's
so
crazy.
chunky, bro.
Yeah.
Or sis.
They're like
so
actual
chunky, sis.
tits.
Are they fun? Like, what's the?
They feel good. Women have really sensitive like boobs.
Yeah. I
Like
know.
really sensitive.
So are your titties sensitive?
Mm-hmm.
So if someone gave them a twist, what noise would you make?
I don't fucking know.
Guys,
Would
look,
it be
there are some questions you just don't ask a woman. There are some questions you just don't ask.
all I'm saying is, like, would it be like a ow, stop, or like a oh shit kind of thing?
Probably depends on the person.
Yeah, it
True.
depends on the
There's
person,
There's
the
only-
situation,
Those are the only two reactions.
and the mood.
I swear, I'm just trying to
Probably
figure it
more.
out so we can just start touching random breasts and knows how to do it properly. So
No,
that
no.
I'll teach you.
show
Awesome.
you the ways.
It's really interesting, but like like I don't watch porn or anything anymore. Zero interest in it.
Really?
Yeah. And if for some reason I have the urge to, it takes me fucking ages to find something that I want to watch.
Right. Curious.
And yeah.
We were talking the other month about how it's interesting that you will be in a rare position as a woman to know what it feels like to be kicked in the nuts. Well, maybe you haven't been kicked in the nuts, but you know what it feels like to, you know what that sensation feels like, probably. And then you
Very
also
all too
know
well.
what it feels like. Maybe I'd kick you in the pussy if you want me to. You know, like,
I don't know what would hurt more. I don't know if it would, like people always compare being kicked in the balls to being hit in the tit. I don't know what would hurt
Yeah, I've
more
heard
though.
that.
The balls way more than tits. Like it's incapacitating. Like if you get
No,
if
yeah,
you
no,
get socked
no,
in
I
the
agree.
nuts, you
No,
go
the
down.
balls are way worse. But for like every time I brought that up with a chick, they've always said that being punched in the tit hurts a lot. I'm saying it like more than
Yeah,
vagina.
that's the comparison. Right.
But I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you don't know until you try, and that's why I'm offering once again.
All right.
If you need
Well,
someone to
Well, I got to fly to Thailand first and get it installed.
Install like
Yeah,
the Windows
got
update.
the finance.
Are you gonna mod that shit out? Are you gonna like have a built-in vibrator and
neon?
No way.
Underglow.
Whenever I take
Underglow.
off my underwear, it's gonna go.
wow,
It's
there's
got
sound
a-
effects too.
Got a blow off valve.
You'd have to replace the speaker. It'd be like one of those stuffed animals that gets all corrupted after like 3
Yeah,
years. And it
yeah.
would just sound like a. It's just like that.
Yeah, but
About
Got
to
a
have
V8
sex.
pussy.
Hang on, babe. Let me grab a AA battery real quick.
look, I mean, you only buy it once. May as well get all the options, you know.
Right, dude.
Of course.
It's like a
What's it,
Tesla.
Get the
Leather
autopilot.
interior.
Leather interior.
Autopilot. One of those fucking air fresheners that you hang off the windshield. Little,
Also, people always
fire
skimp
safety.
on the aircon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Air
got like
conditioning
a
Could you
component.
imagine
or some
that?
shit. The fuck?
Yeah.
Change the
Oh my god.
You should also get like sentry mode, so that
Oh, yeah.
if anyone like is
Keep out the creeps.
keep the creeps away. Is what I'm saying.
It's fucking insane.
I hope there's no pet mode though. That'd be a little weird.
I'm planning on getting that surgery like as soon as coronavirus is no longer a thing.
That's sick. That's so soon, hopefully.
Well,
Hopefully. I think it could still be a long time.
Yeah, it's true.
It's
but
until
fuck,
going to
hopefully not.
Thailand. Could be next
Yeah.
year. You know.
They're estimating
yeah.
until September for a vaccine to be deployed in Australia, but only for medical professionals and people that really, really need it. And then apparently there's going to be a full-on rollout in about a year. But that's the projection.
Interesting.
Autobot style.
Yeah.
Why is Thailand like the destination for surgery and things like that?
Well, you know how
Cheap, right?
Thailand is like known for ladyboys,
Yeah.
partly.
Of
I think
course.
that's probably part of it.
Really?
But it's just there's this one doctor in Thailand who can do like way more than the other doctors I've heard of, and I know someone that went to that doctor and did that surgery, and they said it was really good.
Right.
How
But,
much does it cost? Sorry for interrupting.
The one in Thailand cost 20 grand.
Fuck
Damn.
me.
I
Fuck.
mean,
Yeah.
for a pussy, like
It's
fuck
like a
that.
Bunnings 15% off type thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Find a
yeah,
better
with
price
the
and we'll beat it
voice
by
right now with
15%.
coronavirus, that's a bargain, bro. That's some cheap pussy.
But in Australia, I'm pretty sure you can't get like feeling in it. Like it's only aesthetic. Which, like, why would you want
Who
that?
would
Yeah,
want
nah,
an
fuck
aesthetic
that.
pussy, dude?
Yeah.
Imagine.
Whereas in other countries, you can get like the full thing, and the one in Thailand, it like is self-lubricating and everything. Which is
Holy
crazy.
shit, what the
Self-clean.
fuck?
What,
How
does
is
it
that
have-
even
Does it have like a
possible?
water cooler? Like
I
a
don't know.
PC?
I don't know.
It's like a little windshield wiper that like
It's got fucking fans.
Got some thermal paste.
Oh, dude.
All right.
That's crazy.
Overclock
enough
that,
modifications on
overclock
this
that
place,
GPU,
right?
bro.
Damn, girl, you got that i9 pussy, girl. Damn.
Damn, bro.
Correct.
That's a Ryzen Threadripper up in that bitch.
I mean, if you try, Jesus, what did I just say? When you get surgery and there's no feeling, like, do you still have a sex drive? Like, how would that?
That's true. I got no idea.
Because what would make you desire having sex if there was no feeling? You know, like,
Yeah.
that's a big part of it.
Yeah, I think it's just like, I think the government. I think it's like a rule that you're not allowed feeling there, so that people have to be 100% that they want it. I guess. I don't know,
Okay,
it's
you
weird.
can have a vagina, but you're not gonna enjoy
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
That's kind of what it
fucked.
is. It's fucked.
That is fun.
What the fuck?
Fucking
How
boomer.
can they just say that?
That's also what I've heard. I haven't actually asked my doctor. I could be wrong, but that's just what someone told me.
Mm,
Yeah.
crazy. What's like the reaction with your family and stuff? I mean, I'm sure that nothing but supportive.
They're all
but
supportive.
yeah.
I'm very lucky. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah,
Mum's
I mean-
obviously worried about it, but that's because that's what mums do.
Yeah,
Mm.
of course. Well, yeah, I mean, it's really like, I mean, in terms of from a societal perspective, not a big deal anymore. At least it seems
Exactly.
to me. At least, I mean, I'm sure that in some places it's probably fucking not, but generally,
Yeah.
at least in internet culture and stuff, it's of course like
Totally.
everyone's on board with the concept and stuff. So
Yeah.
good times, I guess.
Very lucky.
Yeah, for
Heck
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure we talked about this in the original episode where you came out about it, but I wonder, like, what it was like historically, struggling with the that internal battle and, like, there being
Yeah.
no solution, it just seems like a hell of a thing, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Crazy.
Also, I always get this question on stream. People always ask what my like pronouns are, and it's gotten to the point where so many people call me she now that when people don't call me she, it feels weird.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't bother me. It just feels weird.
Yeah, well, it has, and I said this during a DM recently. Like, it's definitely gone to the point where whenever I say he by mistake, I feel like weird about it. Or it feels like,
Yeah.
I know that you don't care because I've known you for ages, and it is difficult adjusting.
Yeah.
But it's like whenever I say he, I'm like, oh, I should have said she. Like, and most of the time, I try, even when I'm just talking about you and you're not there, to say she, her, which
Yeah.
is
That's
which is
nice.
cool. I mean, you always said, like, at the beginning of the process that, like, it doesn't matter, and that I'm sure that at some point it will feel more normal one way than the other, and I feel like it's
Yeah.
definitely getting to
Yeah.
that point. So
Yeah.
cool. Anyway, Matt, how's your pussy?
How's your fucking pussy, man?
How's
Answer
your
the
pussy?
question.
That's the fucking question. We just talked about Toby's for like 10 minutes. Let's ask all the boys.
Yeah. How's your pussy?
My pussy? I ain't got no pussy here, bro. I'm all by myself.
That's unfortunate for us. Lucky
I'm
for
all
you.
lonely, bro. I just got me
What
and my
about the
hands.
Mia Malkova flashlight? Oh, no, that's an asshole.
Yeah, that's an asshole. What the
That's
fuck?
an asshole. How's your
It's not the
asshole?
same.
I don't have the asshole either.
What happened to
That
it?
shit was in
damn.
LA. You gotta leave the LA hoes in LA.
You left it in
You don't
L.A.?
bring that shit. You don't bring that shit back with you. You go there like it's like
Dude,
what
Ma-
happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You know?
Mason one pump dumped that fucking flashlight.
Yeah,
dude.
you
did.
fucking
He did.
dickhead.
Fucking
What
gave
the
him-
You
fuck?
wouldn't want to bring that
Bro.
shit back on the plane.
Yes,
man.
sir. You know what? You
Literally
know
came
what?
in and threw
Got
it
my fair
away.
usage. Got my fair
Threw
usage.
it away.
It's not what fair
What do
usage
you
is.
mean your fair usage? One pump? No.
You could have
Got my
done
fair
it, man.
usage. Nah, mate, don't want to hear it. I got my fair usage. That's enough said.
One and done.
One pump, cum dump.
Doesn't want to clean it. Doesn't want
One
to put
pump
some water in
McGump.
it.
Jay, you're looking very
That's
toasty
fucked.
there, buddy.
Bro, it's hot as fuck.
Yeah, like, what's going
Saying
on?
it's a big
Why
fire.
are you
burning
lying in
down
front of your
there.
fireplace?
I'm
Huge
burning
fire.
like.
Your hair just starts catching actual fire.
Holy fuck.
You guys have Uber Eats, right? And like food delivery?
Yeah, we
Yes.
never
Is that
lost
shut
it.
down there?
Yes.
Is that still
Unfortunately.
down?
When New Zealand got put in level 4, like everything closed. Like McDonald's closed, Uber Eats was closed, everything was
Oh, no.
closed.
That's insane.
Yeah.
New Zealand
The-
apparently has like very, very low, like a very low amount of cases now, and is looking to be
Yeah.
like pretty much in the clear in the next couple months, like or something like that.
Jesus.
As long as
Yeah.
international travel's still shut down. Is that
Mm.
true? I only read like a headline, but
Although I heard that New Zealand is in talks with Singapore and trying to get in talks with Australia about having open borders with those 3 places.
yeah,
So
That's
it's like
so
you're
pog.
still not traveling the world and spreading it
Oh.
everywhere, but you're only within those 3 places that you know are trying to contain it.
That's a good way to
Yeah,
test how it'd go.
that
with
might be
reopening.
fair. That might be
Yeah.
good. At least between New Zealand and Australia.
Yeah, I
You
think
know.
Singapore's a big travel hub. I think that's why they wanted to do Singapore.
Mm.
And they're like clean as fuck there too. They don't have.
Yeah, I
like,
was gonna
any-
say.
They
it's
have
got
they have a
hygienic
very
places and-
very low number, I believe, in Singapore. I think it was Singapore. Could be somewhere else.
I'm pretty sure you're talking about China, man.
Taiwan.
Talking about China.
There's
man.
like no
China.
cases in
Tai-
China.
Taiwan
Okay.
is yeah.
Right.
Wait,
Number one.
what's with Taiwan?
Apparently,
Number one.
yeah,
It's
dude.
number one, yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah.
Taiwan has a low amount of cases, and they've been doing pretty
Nice.
decent about it. I don't know.
Good
If
for
you had to
him.
put a number on it, what number would you say roughly? Maybe
Number one?
What number of
number
what?
one. Yeah, I'd say Taiwan.
Yeah, it's about number one.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're all. Yeah, cool.
What,
I was-
what do you mean, Fetz? What are you talking
no,
about?
moving on. We were watching this video. We were watching this video at Ryan's the other night. I wish I could remember what his channel is and shout him out, but I can't. It's this guy who does like just street interviews, and he was interviewing people in America, like anti-COVID rallies.
Oh, all gas, no
What?
brakes.
Oh,
yeah, it
shit,
is all
that
gas,
guy's
no
weird.
brakes. That guy,
Yeah.
he's very, very funny guy.
Very good.
My God, what an absolute state of affairs! Like
Yeah,
those
dude.
Americans are in.
I
Like,
had a talk with Cooper with C Scoop when we were playing today, and he said that everybody on in Cali at least are having fucking protests saying that it's not that COVID isn't real and that it's caused by 5G.
yeah, that's what. These
Oh,
rallies
that's
were about.
What the
retarded, bro.
fuck,
Like,
dude?
Yeah,
What
and
the
like-
5G's
hell?
fucking internet. Like, what?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, literally, that was what the footage was of. It was of these people going to these rallies, and people were bringing their kids there and stuff, and saying like, "I brought my kids here, and unfortunately, they're getting sick because of 5G, but I wanted to bring them here as an example." And like these people,
5G is
are
just mobile data,
dumb.
right?
Dude, it's electromagnetic waves.
What the
Microwave's not going to give you a
fuck?
virus. A virus is an actual thing. I don't know, dude.
It's
I don't know.
it's the
These
same
guys-
people that believe in flat Earth and fucking chemtrails
these
and
people
shit.
are fucking just
Wait, you're telling me the
Yeah.
Earth
Oh my
isn't
God.
flat? What the
Actual
fuck?
dumb cunts. Like, what?
yeah, dude.
There
Imagine it was real though.
so-
Like, imagine if it was
yeah,
real.
man.
Like,
Yeah,
fuck.
the
Whoops.
biggest
Yikes.
plot twist.
No,
These
that's
people
just
are
fucking
seriously
dumb.
stupid, like actual morons. If you want to watch the video, it's called "Coronavirus Lockdown Protest" by All Gas No Brakes. It's worth a watch because Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Like,
it's pretty fun.
and
I'm gonna be watching that. I think after this.
obviously just a
Same.
vocal minority, but like, I mean,
Well, obviously. Because all the other people are
Still a lot of
inside, social distancing. No one's going to counter protest that besides like medical staff. Have you seen like the videos and pictures of people in scrubs like going out into the middle of the street like wearing the
Scrubs?
mask? Yeah, it's scrubs like nurse wear, doctor wear.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the TV show.
No, well, that's what the
do
that's
you know
what the TV
why that
show's
show's
named.
called Scrubs?
It's
Yeah.
just named
No, I
after
thought it was
Scrubs.
like scrubs, as in like, and what's a scrub, like a fucking, like not a nurse, like a noob. That's what I thought a scrub was. Like,
Oh no, Jay, no, Jay.
You poor.
why
poor
do
innocent
people
gamer.
call people scrubs then? Like, what?
It's just
What the
another.
fuck?
It's just another word.
Like, oh, you're a nurse. Well, okay, fuck.
the definitions aren't connected.
All right, never mind.
It's just
Carry on.
Yeah. So it was basically a nurse standing in the middle of the street blocking a bunch of retards in a pickup truck, like holding the American flag out the window and saying COVID isn't real. So
It's so disrespectful because so many. Oh my God! Like,
Yeah.
Especially to the healthcare workers, like Jesus Christ! Like fucking educate yourselves.
There's some fuck
They're
shit.
seriously going through it over there. Like people are dying all over the place, and these people are so ignorant, and they're just out there. You know,
I get wanting to reopen the economy.
once Craig is like, well, they're not completely stupid.
I'm just saying.
No,
don't
I
discredit them
understand
yet.
that people don't
Well,
have money
obviously
and they
it
want to
sucks.
work.
Like
You
obviously
know?
it's unfortunate. There's nothing wrong with being like COVID's so annoying. Like, oh, we're so frustrated, but don't fucking do it in public. like, what are you doing? Like, stay inside, you dumb cunt.
It's dumb because it's just you're asking to get sick. So
Yeah.
People just want to like do something to like try and
idiots,
change
man.
it, but there's like nothing you can do.
the COVID watch the
So
COVID
stay home
vaccine
if
is
they
going to come out and then they're going to say it gives you autism and then
Oh.
they're not going to use it.
Holy fuck.
I mean, honestly, probably for the best. If everyone else can just get vaccinated so they're immune, and then all the dumb cunts can die, that's fine by me.
Natural selection.
Natural selection.
Yeah,
That's fine.
social
Fuck.
Darwinism.
What was it, like the boomer remover? Or whatever?
Wait,
What do you
what?
mean,
Like
Mason?
boomers
What?
and shit?
Social what? Darwinism.
Do you know what Darwinism is, Mace?
Nah.
Do you know who Charles Darwin is?
Charles
No.
Dickens.
He was the guy that came up with I guess the proper theory of evolution. Yeah. Charles Darwin. So Darwin is
How old-
natural
when-
selection.
Natural selection, which means
Wait, how old
survival
was
of
he
the
when he
fittest.
did that? Like, what was the year of that coming out?
I can Google it.
Charles Darwin. Sounds like 1900s.
Very educated guess, Jay.
Yeah, he was
How close?
he was born in 1809 and died in 1882.
Rip.
Natural selection. He died.
He was right.
At least he did something
Darwinism,
pog
yeah.
when, like, he was right.
Well, that's
Proved his
you
own
know,
theory there, didn't he?
that's
Imagine being so good you can fucking swindle someone and name your death after a fucking, like, called a condition or some shit like that.
What's this?
Like
what?
him dying is like Darwinism, but he got to like name his own death a thing.
Darwinism.
Well, it's like
Swagger-Souls
it's
disorder.
well, it's like Huntington's, or what's that other one?
What the fuck's
I
that?
think it's Huntington's.
Huntington's.
What's
yeah,
Huntington's?
it's
What's
like
that?
It's some kind of degenerative disease, I think.
I got that.
But yeah, and
You're just a degenerate, Jay.
like imagine just being diagnosed with something that like nobody else in the world has, and then
Makes
it's
it up.
named after you, and then you die of it.
Like,
An
okay,
inherited
That's
we
condition.
got some
fucked.
good news, we got some
Dude.
bad news. Good news is you get to name the disease. Bad news is you don't know what the fuck it is.
An inherited condition in
Imagine.
which nerve cells in the brain break down over time. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's wait. I actually feel bad now. I
It's
hope no one
inherited.
actually has that. What the fuck? Like, wait. So someone was named Parkinson's.
I think maybe
Charles.
maybe not.
Charles
No.
Parkinson.
Charles Parkinson's.
Charles,
Surely,
sweetie,
let's see if
what's
I'm
taking
right.
you so long to
Sure-
park the car? It's going all over the place. It's pulling the parking lot straight. It's pulling
Look
the
it up,
parking
am I
lot
right?
straight.
My hands
What are you
won't
doing?
shake. Stop shaking, Mom.
Am I right? Am I right? I reckon his name's like James. James Parkinson's.
James Parkinson's.
What? Wait,
Yeah,
really?
a
No, you're
dise-
fucking with
no,
me.
the disease is named after a British physician, James Parkinson.
Educated Andy over here.
Educated guess. Oh, what the
incredible!
fuck?
Holy
That's
shit!
what happens when you get Huntington's.
All right.
Oh, that's so pog. Holy
What's-
shit. That's
What's
pog.
Huntington's first name?
Hold on. Huntington's.
Oh,
I reckon
no, I
it
don't
starts
think-
with a T. It starts with a T. I reckon.
Tyrone.
Tom.
He's named
Thomas Huntington.
after- Let's see.
Please.
George
Ah,
Huntington.
George Huntington.
George
I think-
James.
You overshot it, mate. You overshot it.
Yeah, I
Hey,
should have
man.
just
Put
left it at
Lowerhead.
James.
Dude,
Left it
one-
James
one for
Parkinson's.
2 is pretty good.
James Parkinson's.
Fuck.
So wait, what's another disease then?
AIDS.
Crohn's.
I think I might have. I think I'm at risk of getting Parkinson's. 'Cause my hands,
I thought you were gonna say AIDS.
my hands, like I have like
I think
a
I might have
tremor.
AIDS.
I have a tremor. I saw a doctor about it, and he said that it's probably either caffeine related or maybe it's just like a. Some people
I
just
mean-
have tremors, but
I
I
mean,
really,
shit.
it's really annoying because I'll try and take a photo, and like with one hand, and like my camera, and it's
Dude, it's
always
blurry
blurry.
as
It's always
fuck.
blurry because like
It's like when- it's
especially
like
when I'm
when we're at
holding
a meet
things,
and
it gets
greet.
harder. What was that, Swags?
Just like when we're at a meet and greet and fans go to take the picture, you tremble.
Yeah. Well, it gets worse at meet and greets because I think I'm like kind of nervous because I'm around all these people
Yeah.
and stuff, and they're all like looking at me and like so like I get the slightly worse. But yeah, if you ever meet me in person and you ask me to take a photo and it ends up shaky as fuck, my bad. It's just,
Right.
He's
I
got
have
Parkinson's.
Jay,
James
there's
Parkinson.
He's
also
got James
He's got
Parkinson's.
there's
James.
also there's also Lou Gehrig's disease.
Gehrig's.
What is
Wait,
that?
what do you mean? Like,
Lou
is his last
Gehrig's.
name?
Yeah,
Luke
Gehrig.
Gehrig's.
Lou Gehrig.
Lou?
Lou Gehrig's.
He was
Is that German?
He was a Yankee baseball player. But that's what ALS is. It was originally named Lou Gehrig's.
Oh, wait. What does ALS mean then?
ALS is
It's a water bucket challenge.
it's
When you
ami-
can't pour nasty water over
Oh,
yourself.
I remember that meme. That was a good one.
I think it stands for
It's not a meme.
Artificial Lou Gehrig syndrome.
it stands for amyotrophic lateral sclerosis.
Fuck, I don't know what that means.
Is that
It's
even
alright.
real?
Yeah, no, it's
I feel like
real.
I'm in a Zoom
Sounds
class
so
right now.
All right. Oh, Misfits is always bringing education to the table.
Yeah, but it pretty
Yeah.
much strictly relies on swagger, and
Yeah.
in half the time he has
Knowledge.
to Google it. So we're just sort of like doing it all on the fly.
Fuck, man. I
Anyway,
hope
I
no
wa-
kidney diseases like that.
What's
You
another
probably
I
funny
wonder if
will.
any
disease?
educated people listen to us, and if they get pissed off with stuff people say.
Probably.
Oh, that's so wrong.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, Toby, no educated people listen to us, and second of all,
Yeah,
a
that's
lot of
true.
people get pissed off at what we say, and a lot of the time,
That's true.
I am very surprised in the comments about how little people realize we're joking around. You know what I mean? Like there are a lot of people
Yeah.
who will just say, like take something that was clearly a joke or clearly just in a comedic context and be like, I can't believe they actually said that. That's so.
Yeah, but
like,
they're the same
Jay
people that
talking
are
about the-
protesting about coronavirus. So.
like in the
Fuck
last
them.
Discord podcast, Jay was talking about
Oh my god.
why we
Oh,
need the ice caps.
bro. The fucking ice
Bro,
caps.
like, come
You're
on.
like, is this guy fucking stupid, bro? Like, obviously we need the ice cap. Like, and then
Like,
need a,
no shit.
like they
The
need to
fucking
inform you.
world will flood. Like, no shit.
like shut up.
I know why we need ice.
We just
Yeah, no,
clowning
ruin all
around.
those like polar bear commercials and shit. We need that shit, bro.
Yeah, for the Coca-Cola.
Yeah, you want that ad every year. We gotta save those things.
Yep.
What the fuck is a Coca-Cola polar bear ad? What is
What?
that?
You don't know the
Get outta
Coca-Cola
here.
polar bear?
Coca-Cola
lazy.
beer.
Oh,
Fuck, that should be what it's called.
I probably have seen it. It just doesn't ring a bell though.
You gotta save the
I've got a
Coca-Cola
show that
ice.
you guys should watch. I
What's that?
recommended it in the group chat. It's Middleditch and Schwartz.
I was
Basically,
watching
like the first episode, they just go out on stage and they ask the crowd, has anyone got something in their life coming up that they're excited for or scared about or like stressed about? And then someone will shout something, and then they'll pick someone that shouted something, and they'll just get all, like a bunch of details about their situation, and then make an entire hour-long show improvised with two people based on that situation. So they're like playing multiple characters, and just it's a constant scene. It's really good.
That's crazy.
Classic
Like,
improv.
very
It's all
Sounds
on the
interesting.
spot.
I'll look
They do
into
it
it.
so well too. They kill it. Let's do
Improv
one right now.
geniuses.
Let's do one right
Yeah, I
now.
want to like spectate this because I don't really know what like that is.
Okay.
So like, I want an example.
Toby, is there anything happening in your life or anything you're going through right now that
This I can think of one thing.
yeah? What's that? mean?
Just becoming a man.
Okay. A man?
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Becoming a woman.
A woman, of course.
Yep.
The other one.
The other thing.
The other
one
one
that
with
gets
two
paid
genders.
less.
Yeah.
Are you
Unless-
actually nervous about getting
unless-
paid less?
No, the OnlyFans. Girls aren't getting paid less anymore. They go on
Sure.
OnlyFans and buy a house at 23.
Toby on the
That was
telly's
22
educational
actually.
OnlyFans.
Mm,
I'd subscribe.
true.
This is what a vagina looks like.
Shit, I'd buy it.
Right. Anyways, improvisation. Let's go.
We're actually gonna do this. Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Like,
All right. Okay. All right.
Cameron? Cameron, is it?
Yes.
Oh, please follow me into my office.
Okay.
wait, I'm not supposed to talk. Sorry.
So, is it true that you looking to change your gender, sir?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I'm so sorry for calling you sir.
Hey, don't worry about
My
it.
goodness.
It's weird. It's complicated. I understand.
It's weird. It's weird and complicated, kind of gross.
Okay.
So
I mean, that was weird and understandable.
why
but it's fine.
why do you want to go about that? Sexual
I-
trauma as a kid?
Nope.
No,
Nope. I have always
you weren't
Want-
spat on as a child.
no, and that was weird that you spat on me now, but I kind of like that actually. So that's good for me to know, I suppose. No, honestly, I just want to know what it feels like to finger myself.
Well,
Yeah,
well, you know there's only two genders, right?
of course, everyone knows that.
Yeah, and you can't switch.
Yeah, you can.
Plot twist.
Okay, you can, but it's basically just like shoving a knife up there and opening it up.
Yeah, I know what I'm in for. That's why I'm here. Aren't you a
oh.
doctor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
so do you have the knife?
I'm not really a doctor.
No.
No, I'm actually a secretary.
Then why the fuck did I fly to Thailand?
I don't fucking know.
And that was some really shit.
I'm the gender-changing robot.
Oh, it's Stephen Hawking. He's joined the
Yeah.
show.
I'm the gender-changing robot. I'm here to stick the knife apparatus in you.
You sound like
pretty
you sound
fucking
like a
good.
Chinese knockoff version from Futurama of Bender,
Oh,
except you're like
Bender.
Gender Bender the
I mean,
robot.
I can.
Gender
I
Gender bender.
Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know. That's not really Bender, is it?
No, that's Satan.
Uh,
No,
Yeah, that
Bender
is
talks.
Robot
Who's the
Satan.
voice actor
Bite
for
my
Bender?
shiny metal ass, or his line he
I
says.
fucking know.
Yeah, cartoons of
Oh.
Pog.
Yeah.
yeah.
Cartoons are epic. I asked my chat this question yesterday. If you had to sleep with one cartoon character, who would it be?
Oh shit.
Oh,
Really good
fuck.
question. That's a really
That's
good
actually a
question.
really good one.
I said Shigo from Kim Possible.
Ooh, that's
Which
a
one's
good
that?
one. That's very popular.
Shigo's the evil green bitch.
Rufus from
yeah,
Kim
you
Possible.
wouldn't fuck Rufus and make him Morad, bro.
Fucking
Fuck,
moron.
that's a good
Yeah,
question.
put up your
Yeah.
ass.
I definitely.
What?
Kim Possible would be on the list for sure.
Would she?
Isn't she
Yeah.
underage though?
Well,
Kim
you just wait till
Possible
she's
would be on the
overage.
She's in high school. Oh,
Prove me.
exposed. Exposed.
They're cartoon characters. They don't have age. Okay,
Yeah,
it's like
Oh.
lollipop.
Okay,
It's
okay.
fine.
Bro, she's actually 110, bro.
Yeah. she's
Okay.
Yeah, I could
okay.
probably go Gwen Tennyson from Ben 10.
What the fuck? Isn't
Fuck.
she literally 10?
What the
we need to
fuck,
end this
dude?
discussion immediately.
Bro, what the
Oh.
fuck? You guys are weird. You guys are fucking
No,
weird.
we're talking
What
about
the-
like.
Who would you
know-
you fuck then, Jay?
Marge?
Yeah,
Oh, homie.
Go Mason, go Mason.
Wow.
Alright, now I'm horny. Stop.
I love when you touch me, homie.
Oh, stop, man.
A lot of people said Miss Bellum from Powerpuff Girls.
Oh yeah, she
The
thick.
one-
Oh, yeah,
but
okay.
you never see her face.
Yeah,
I can't remember
True.
what
Oh,
her
yeah.
body looks like. Miss
She could be a
it
butterface.
looks like a part of the brain. It looks like
Like a literal hourglass.
it looks like a cerebellum.
Cerebral
Her
palsy.
name is cerebellum.
Oh,
Damn,
yeah,
you got
with
that
the
cerebellum
red hair?
ass.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this chick.
Yeah.
Damn, she was kind of thick.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I actually don't know like a genuine
probably-
answer to that question.
For me, it would probably be like any mom in a fucking Pixar film because they always have a fucking wagon.
what's
got a
her
fucking
name? Fucking
dump-
Mrs.
Elastigirl.
Incredible.
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
Oh.
it's like a dump
Oh,
truck
yeah,
for an
yeah.
ass. Like,
Look,
fucking hell.
I've looked it up. Hottest animated characters. Number one, Aladdin. I don't want to specify a woman.
I mean, not
me.
wrong, but
Sexiest female cartoon characters.
There you go.
Okay. Oh, Daphne from Scooby Doo.
Oh.
Leather
classic.
Daphne from the live action one.
Wasn't that Velma?
Princess Ariel from
Fuck.
The Little Mermaid.
Yeah,
Why,
you're right.
why would anyone fuck Ariel?
That's a fish.
She's a fish,
She's a literal
bro.
fish.
She's a
Lois
fucking
Griffin,
fish.
number 20.
I don't know about
Whoa.
Lois. I don't know
What?
about Lois.
Really?
I don't know
Scrolling
about
down here.
Lois.
I don't recognize a
What
lot
about
of
Joe
these
Swanson?
This episode is brought to you by Squarespace. No matter who you are, Squarespace can help build a website that works for you. Say you're a business owner who wants to promote your physical store and sell products online at the same time. You can do that. Or what if you have a big trip coming up and want to blog about it? Squarespace's customizable galleries allow you to show off your latest photos, videos, and ideas as you go. Maybe you're a bit of a show-off and want to announce your latest post with an email blast. Or if you're feeling shy, you can make password-protected pages to share your work privately. And if you don't know how to code, that's no problem. Squarespace provides drag-and-drop tools so you can visualize your site as you create it. When you're ready to launch, head to squarespace.com/misfits for a free trial and use the offer code MISFITS to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
what about how do you feel about Francine Smith from American Dad? Would you? I mean, she looks like
Nah.
she definitely looks like a bit of a. Forgive me for saying this, Francine. A bit of a bimbo, in my opinion.
I could
but-
agree with that. I can agree with that.
What about? I don't recognize any of these. Petty Rubble from the Flintstones. Okay.
Petty Oh. Wait, is that the black-haired one?
Yes, with the blue dress and.
Oh.
I mean-
yo, I'd fuck Aaron Esurance from the Esurance commercials. You guys remember what she looked like?
No, what the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
does
We
that
had
mean,
those
you
over there.
American?
It was a commercial back in the day. Here, look at this.
Oh, the most
at
American
this.
person.
I remember thinking, like, holy
what?
fucking
Oh,
shit!
shit,
Oh my
yeah.
god, this
Jesus
bitch, dude!
Christ.
I gotta get
Oh,
some
my.
insurance.
Oh my fucking
Look at that,
god.
dude. She's fucking.
Fuck Geico. Just
Fuck
I've been
Geico,
convinced.
dude.
Now, here's a good question.
Christ.
This is probably a controversial one. How do we feel about Leela from Futurama? One eye.
One
Oh
eye.
yeah, no, she
couldn't do
doesn't
that.
matter.
Killer
Doesn't
body.
matter.
Killer body.
Go for it.
But like one eye.
I would for
you
sure.
just like do it from
I
the
would for sure.
like the back or some shit. You won't even know.
Nah, fuck that. I want a nut on the face. What
Not
about-
on the one eye. All right, carry on.
I mean, I'm
Who we
sort
got
of ran
next?
out,
Really?
but I'm going on a different one.
Yeah.
But this one hasn't loading images, so I'm kind of conflicted. But you know, all the images have been removed. This is from Complex. Maybe they got in trouble for this article. Might be a bit too controversial.
Shit.
I mean,
What cartoon character do we think has the biggest cock? Like
Alvin
like
from
just
Alvin and the
as a question?
Chipmunks.
Yeah.
Chipmunk.
Is it a cartoon? Or, isn't that real? Isn't that live action?
Live action.
No, they were a cartoon way back in the day.
Oh,
Number
here,
one from Kids Next Door. Codename Kids Next Door.
Number one. You think he's got?
Which one was
He's
that?
packing? He's the bald dude, the kid with
Yeah,
cancer.
He's got big dick energy.
Shit.
he does have big dick energy. You're absolutely right. He's also a child.
Yeah, this is bad.
Jessica Rabbit is rated very, very highly. in
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah,
it.
she doesn't count.
She really doesn't count.
Yeah, she
No,
doesn't.
she's not a rabbit, Jay.
Wait, really?
No, she's a woman.
I thought she was like Bugs Bunny's fucking.
No, but she's in that universe from Roger Rabbit. She's
so
the redhead in the red dress with the like rockin' bod.
Oh, I thought it was a literal rabbit. What the
She's
fuck?
like the first person that gets brought up whenever you're talking about attractive cartoon characters.
Shit.
Yeah, did you guys ever like have a crush on a cartoon when you were younger?
I don't remember. I feel like I probably did. But I don't remember.
No one.
I remember when I was.
No one brought up. You guys watch Total Drama Island?
Oh, dude,
Nah.
dude,
Dude,
what's her name?
Glenn,
Lindsay.
Glenn.
No, Lindsay.
Lindsay?
Lindsay guy.
Lindsay over Glenn?
Yeah, she's fit as fuck.
Wait, hang on. Lindsay.
I never saw the show.
It was a great show. Lindsay, the bitch
Gwen.
with the bandana? Sure,
Yeah,
dude, you gotta choose.
yeah.
You gotta choose Gwen. She's the fucking big titty GF.
Nah,
Yeah.
man.
No, Mason's
Lindsay all the
100%.
way.
I'm looking at fucking what's her name?
Lindsay.
Lindsay. I'm looking at her, yeah, and she looks like a Mason type for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd probably go with Gwen if I had to choose.
What's your guys' opinion on fake tits?
Depends how they're done.
Fake and gay.
Fake and gay.
I mean, I don't know if I care, but I'm not really a big tits guy in general, you know.
Like
it
shit,
doesn't-
I'd still know
like,
on them.
I mean,
at the end
you
of the
can
day.
you can obviously get fake tits that aren't like huge tits, but
yeah,
like I find that just so much of the time they just look so fake.
yeah.
If they look fake, then you've done a bad job.
Like they look like a giant pimple with the nipple being the whitehead. You just want to pop them.
Plus, they don't age very
Why
well.
is that a fucking image? Like, why would you put that in my brain? How do I fucking? I haven't got the recycling bin in my brain. I can't delete that. I can't drag it out.
Throw it in the fire. Throw it in the
Yeah,
fire.
just-
Just go fucking real.
Speaking of titties, how do we feel about Lara Croft? And I'm talking specifically about triangle
Like the
titty
triangle
Lara Croft.
titties? Oh,
Triangle
hell
titty.
Surely
God
not.
damn, dude.
You might-
What the
Low
Yeah.
fuck?
poly titties.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I need
I
more
think you just
depth.
have to
to-
the experience, surely.
Yeah, dude. But it's
Like,
like
I want to know what it feels like to nut on that geometry.
I feel like if you're
Geometry.
going missionary, you're just gonna impale yourself.
That is true.
What if you just like clip right
Well, actually,
through
we
'em?
don't know if they're hard. They might
Yeah,
be soft.
surely just like clip through
Just-
it, like
They
no
just-
clip.
They look hard, but they might be soft.
This is maybe this. This is crazy. This is a great episode. This is we've never gotten this deep into
What
such a
cartoon
grotesque discussion
characters
before.
you'd fuck?
I mean, like, it's.
Okay,
it's a
what
genuine
about
question.
video game character?
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
Oh, you
Don't
know
even
who-
get me
Oh,
started.
just,
What about Alex from Half-Life?
Mason's thinking about the green-haired lollipop bitch from Fortnite.
Zoe.
Zoe. You literally said the most fuckable character.
What?
Those are your words.
No,
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 Mason.
no.
No. Zoe's the most fuckable character. That's you. That was you. That was an exact impression as well.
I don't remember that, mate.
Someone will find it. You're fucking right.
Widowmaker.
Widowmaker. Oh, but
she's
I
fucking-
wouldn't choose her though.
She kind of intimidates me.
Nah.
I don't know. I don't want to get.
Do you guys
sniped.
remember Lollipop Chainsaw?
Yes.
No.
Nah, I don't know what that is.
That was a really shitty game.
Oh, it was a terrible game. But the main character was hot.
That was the point.
Yeah, it was the entire point of the game.
Entire point of the game. Yeah, she's hot. The game's terrible.
Yeah.
She's hot.
Well, she's hot.
I don't know. I don't know any. I can't think of any attractive video game characters.
Well,
Yeah. I mean, not any really memorable ones at least, but we're probably just. I mean, yeah.
Swagger's character, and anytime I play Counter-Strike with him.
Sure.
Toby's character anytime I play Counter-Strike with him.
Yeah, that's right.
With her.
All right, I'm closing down this long list of attractive cartoons, and I'm focusing.
Probably a good idea.
Just bookmarking it, save it for later. Open it up anytime later, you fucking devil.
Rule 34.
Gonna snap my dick off.
You guys-
Related to this.
Do you guys know what I did yesterday? I
What?
did my very first DJ live stream.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
watched a bit of that.
Pog.
That was Pog.
It's very, very
I was gonna
fun.
type in chat, but I was too busy going fuck it.
Yeah.
I mean, for those of you who don't know, I've been kind of I picked up DJing as a sort of side hobby, and I'm not taking myself too seriously with it, but it's been a really fun thing for me the last couple of months. My brother Alex kind of showed me the ropes with it, and he's very into drum and bass, and he taught me when he came to visit here a couple of months ago, and I've been practicing ever since. And yeah, yesterday I decided that fuck it, like I haven't been live in a while, I might as well come back and just have a boogie on live stream. And it went very well. I didn't really fuck up at all, and I just vibed the whole time and danced like for a whole hour.
That's
Just
so
It was
fucking
really good.
sick.
it was so much fun.
What's like the chance, the likelihood of like a 5-minute boogie like right now? Like
Impossible.
podcast 5-minute. Okay, fair enough.
Impossible. The audio wouldn't be good.
Alright,
But
fair
I
enough.
do plan on doing like DJ streams like a couple
That's
times a
sick.
month.
Sick.
But the problem is that like I had a set prepared, so like I kind of knew the songs that I would be before playing for the stream, and now I kind of need to come up with a new set because I don't just want to play the same songs every week. I guess I could just freestyle it and just fucking mix whatever, but it probably wouldn't sound as clean. I'm still not the best at it, but it was cool.
That's so sick.
It was
though.
cool. It was
That's-
cool
yeah, that's very cool.
It was my first time kind of performing in front of anyone, and it went well. I was super nervous at the beginning because I thought it'd be hella cringe if I fucked up. Like if I just accidentally press something and the music stopped, and I'm like, oh, fuck. But
He was dancing still.
smooth sailing. Smooth sailing. That's how it
Just
started.
vibing.
I
was
like
vibing.
your signature. Fucking
Just
waving the
fucking
hands.
praising it.
Yeah.
Praising the tunes. Yeah, it's so much fun.
Love
maybe,
to see it.
Maybe when this coronavirus thing blows over, and if we have another Misfits party, we'll be able to get up on the decks and DJ.
Almost
for a crowd to
definitely.
play. That would be a big
That'd be
fun.
hectic.
I can't imagine what it feels like as a DJ to play for like a massive crowd. Like a massive crowd of cunts just rolling, just having a good time, just literally like, fuck yes, like this is sick, like this music is insane, and you're just up there providing the vibe for like an entire stadium of people. That would just be fucking nuts. I've always said that there's probably no like more like this, like performing musically in general for a bunch of people has got to be one of like the top feelings. Like it's no wonder rock stars and stuff back in the day, got massive egos. Because imagine like you've perfected your craft, you've written like these insane tunes or produced these tracks, and then you just get to perform them and see like a sea of people enjoying what you've created. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Jay's rock hard. He's a musician. He's like, fuck yeah, it's gonna
Dude,
be
I'm
something.
fucking hard as fuck.
Yeah, Jay, how's your music stuff going, buddy?
Not too bad. Been dabbling, experimenting. The best thing about like the early stages is that I can just do whatever the fuck I want and like mess around with the direction I want to go in. So it's been fun as.
Yeah, there's no pressure, right? You sort of
Yeah, exactly. It's
do
fun as
whatever
fuck.
you wanna do. What's your process like when you write a song? Because you've written some original tracks.
Yeah.
Chuck them up on Twitter. Like, what's the process? Do you kind of just think of lyrics throughout the week, and then if you think something good, you write it down, or is it more like you'll get an instrumental and then you'll attack it, like try and write a?
It's
Yeah.
I'll think of a lyric idea, like something will pop into my head, and I'll instantly go and like work on it.
Yeah.
Like it'll be random. Like I'll just be doing something throughout the day, and if I think of something sick, I'll just drop everything and do that
True.
because I don't want to lose it.
Fucking sick. What about you, Mace? Like I mean, obviously you've done some stuff with like the rapping. Like how do you come up with lyrics? Do you just think of them randomly and write them down, or do you freestyle, and then if you hit something that you think is good, then you write that down? Like, what's your
Do a bit of both, like, and depends if I'm writing on my pen and paper or if I'm using my notepad on my phone.
Yeah.
So
Sick.
it varies.
The boys are
I'm
getting
curious.
musical.
I'm curious how you guys in general, like everyone, is spending their quarantine days. Like, what do you guys? What does an average day look like for you guys at the moment? Because I see most people are kind of just doing the same thing every day.
Yeah, I'm doing what I'm doing normally, but just on crack.
Jay's been grinding. It's got to be said. Jay's upload schedule and content generation has been impressive lately.
Yeah, it's retarded though.
Big up McCreamy. No, that's good to see. You know, obviously, like, you know, I think one of the hardest things as a YouTuber is finding balance with that workflow. I'm definitely on like the fucking opposite end of the spectrum balance-wise right now. But no, it's good to see. I mean, my days, I don't know. I sort of wake up and then get myself some food, and then normally I literally sit right there and I will just listen to music or do musical things. Like I've got my keyboard over there. Sometimes I just improvise or I play guitar. A lot of my days just spent like literally just moving around. Or you know, I think like with quarantine, it's important to get exercise in. So I'm trying to like go on runs every now and again and get some fucking fresh air. But pretty boring, honestly. I mean, I can go to Ryan's house, who lives 5 minutes away, and the reason we've kind of decided that that's okay is because Ryan's my manager, and technically like I go there for work-related reasons, but also we all came back from America together. We've all kind of been in this quarantine bubble, and like everyone in that house has sort of stayed at the house in lockdown. So like I can have a social life too. I can go over and hang out at Ryan's in the evenings, or I'm probably gonna go there after this and we'll play Secret Hitler. Or
I'll probably go there after as well.
Lit. What about you, Mace? What's your day looking like? I mean, you're been streaming a fair bit, man?
Yeah.
He has net lagged out.
Oh yeah, he's
It looks like it's nothing different.
I wonder what it's gonna look like. I wonder what's gonna look on YouTube. Like they can probably see because his camera will still be recording, so he's probably like, "Oh fuck, that wasn't."
Yeah, it's funny. I hope he's not stopping. I hope he's not stopping the recording.
Hopefully not. But
What have you been up to, Matt?
Nothing much. I just wake up, go for like a bike ride, and then just sit down here, just try and plug away at work. Been working on some shit recently. Hopefully, I'll have something to show you guys tomorrow, maybe.
Dude, fuck yeah!
Exciting.
Ooh,
Dude, hell
fuck
yes.
around with the last day.
Dude, that fucking bike of yours, dude. You biked all the way over to Ryan's on 420 when we cooked the edibles and then we ate them. It was like 2 a.m. or like 1 a.m. or something.
What the fuck?
And you were on 2 edibles and you're fucking really stoned and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna bike home, guys. See ya. We're like, you gonna bike? And you said, yeah, I'm not gonna get an Uber. Like, it's fine, I'll be fine. And we're like, all right.
Like
how was the bike
it's
ride?
fine.
How was it?
Oh, it was great. Minus like the paranoia for the first 5 minutes, where I was like, I realized those were strong fucking edibles, and then I was like, oh my god, these are strong, fucking. And I thought like a fucking cop was gonna pull me over or some shit, but like if they see you on a bike in like lockdown, they don't give a shit because that's like a reason to be out is like biking and shit. And they have all like the Uber Eats bikes and shit, but other than that, I felt like I was dying. I couldn't even breathe. It was so cold out. I was like, bro, is this what Corona feels like, man?
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about this on the podcast before. I've tried running high, and I feel like when you're doing cardio, like the high increases. You know, like it seems to accentuate it for some reason. Did you get that at all?
Yeah,
Really?
definitely.
I think
you could feel like the
I thought you'd sweat it out.
Yeah, I know. I would think the same thing. Yeah.
This is just a complete guess, but maybe it's
The
because
cannabinoids.
maybe it's because your blood is circulating faster and more THC in your bloodstream is hitting
it's
your
also
brain.
THC is fat soluble, so as you start exercising, you're burning off the fat.
Yeah, but I don't think that necessarily. I don't think.
Yeah,
that
no, that's how you
necessarily-
reset your tolerances, like with
But like,
sleep
you
and
just
exercise
reset.
and water.
You just digested it though.
Yeah,
So
like
surely
it would be in your bloodstream. It wouldn't have dissolved into your fat. And I think that's trace amounts. And I think THC that's in the fat cells, once it's quote unquote burned off, I don't think that goes back into your system. I could be wrong.
At the end of the day,
I just
we
don't
don't
think
really
so.
have any fucking idea what we're talking
Oh,
about.
no, not
maybe
at
we're
all.
right, maybe we're wrong.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's placebo, but I definitely remember feeling like the cardio or just being on a run like accentuated it a lot. But I was probably also anxious because
there's Mason.
Big Mason.
You didn't stop your recording, did you?
Yeah, dude, I did. Yeah.
No.
No, I didn't.
Yes.
it's gonna be funny because we're just gonna see you like.
You're gonna have the whole thing of you just being like, "What the fuck?"
I'm curious to watch
No, I
it back.
went
See him
out.
just like looking around his room, like fucking shit, computer.
We were just talking about like exercising high, Mace. Have you ever exercised high? Have you ever lifted weights or done fighting or anything high?
When I first started smoking weed, like I got an exercise like with it.
Mm-hmm. And how
But,
did you feel during that? Did it make it better or worse?
It made it more like it made it like it increased everything. Like everything felt like
Oh,
heightened.
shit, yeah, that's just what Cam said.
Yeah, and but like now that like I smoke more, it's like I fucking lose my breath as soon as I throw a punch at a bag or something.
Right. Yeah. And the smoke's definitely. Yeah. I mean, smoking weed and smoking cigarettes are obviously different things. But at the end of the day, you're still inhaling smoke. You know, it's not like great for your
It's
lungs.
combusted plant matter, dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I gave up vaping recently.
Really?
Nice.
For how long?
It hasn't been long. It's only been like a week, but I've been completely fine.
That's
Dude,
awesome. What, so
I
no
literally
nicotine or?
No nicotine.
Shit, Pog.
My uncle sent me this thing. It's called Alan Carr's Stop Smoking Now, and I haven't listened. I haven't listened to it yet, but I want to get around to it and fucking
Is it like a podcast or?
It's like no, it's just a audiobook.
Oh yeah, and it's designed to help you quit smoking.
Yeah.
Alan Carr, that really flamboyant British.
No, that's Jimmy Carr.
That's what I was thinking.
That's
Jimmy
Carr.
No, Jimmy Carr's the comedian. Alan Carr is, I
Alan
think,
Carr.
this really flamboyant, like talk show host and stuff.
Shit.
Maybe it is.
think.
No idea.
But yeah, Mace, you've been trying to get off the cigs for a while. Hey, it's a hell of a thing.
It's how.
It's a hell of a thing.
Yeah, I can't imagine like quitting nicotine, especially now, because I've been so fucking busy and so like split apart, and like this is like the only thing that's like, you know, I know like if I didn't have this, like, I'd be a mess. I'd be the most unfun person to be around for like 2 or 3 weeks.
I feel like now's like the perfect time to quit shit though, with like quarantine. You just
but
isolate away from everything.
I don't have any nicotine devices around me, so like even if I have a craving, I can't do anything. And I feel like that helps.
I can't trust myself not to go on to Tipple and just fucking order a pack of cigs.
Yeah,
I can't trust myself. I don't have that self-control, especially right now. I have to be in a mindset where I have like no immediate bullshit that I have to constantly worry about. Because if I'm fucking making videos or writing scripts or trying to organize and record, like I'm not going to be a joy, and I'm not going to be in a mood to be productive, and I'm not going to be in a mood to be funny or lighthearted or laugh. I'm just going to be a total asshole.
Yeah, that's the shittest thing about our position in trying to quit things. You know, especially nicotine. Obviously does generate a lot of like tension in you, like when you're off it, and the frustration.
That's, I mean, quarantine's like the best time to do it though. It's been like months, and you just like lock yourself away and just like
but what Swagger is saying is that he has to be funny and stream and be like an enjoyable person to be around.
I don't want to be an agitated fuckwit. I can I can try to quit and make it a meme. So that every time I act like a douchebag, I just go, "Oh, it's me without Nick." But it's just still, that's just. I don't want to. I don't want to be angry or mad or irritated. I'd rather just be satiated.
I think I have that problem too, where like I get on stream and like I have to have it, because if I don't have it, I'll feel like I'll fucking
like a bot or some shit.
Punch a
wall.
One thing I noticed, like a weird thing that I noticed that I didn't realize was gonna happen was, my jaw felt like it was never being used. So like I was used to vaping constantly, and like sucking on the vape. So I was streaming one day, and I felt like I was slurring my words, and I was like, why does my mouth feel so like tired? And it was because I didn't have anything in my mouth. Like I wasn't chewing on something, or
you should chew gum.
So
I hear
I got gum.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of quitting shit,
fixation.
I'm also slowing down on the weed again. I've been off it for 5 days, and I feel pretty fucking good about it. I mean, I'm not really doing it for. Well, I guess I'm doing it because I know that I'm better sober, like generally. You know, like I definitely know that I'm worse productivity-wise, and just in terms of having my shit together, I'm worse when I smoke every day. So I'm definitely looking to not go back to daily. But I'm also doing it just because I miss getting high. I miss getting high, like high. You know? Like weed when you smoke regularly, just, I don't know, it just got to a point where I felt like I was smoking, and then I was like, oh man, this is only going to be really fun for like 30 minutes. And then I knew that it would start wearing off, and I would sort of just enter this weird, like, blurry, relax and chill state, but not like a fun state. And when I get high, I like to get fucked up. you know what I mean? And getting fucked up's fun, but definitely only as an occasional thing. And it's not cool. It's not good to get fucked up every single day, obviously. So yeah, I was just decided to cut back again, and it's been fine. You know, like I definitely the main thing is just the boredom in the evenings, I guess, when you slow down on weed, because weed makes so many things more fun, especially things like music. But it's not a major thing to deal with, and I don't keep it at my house, so it's been pretty good. 5 days off it, planning on having a smoke on Sunday, and then I'll probably, I won't smoke on Monday. I'll just kind of keep going with that.
The usual stoner archetype is that people smoke weed and then they sit on the couch and eat Cheetos and watch TV or slack off, and they're not productive. But when I smoke weed, dude, I clean my house top to bottom. I like write my entire week out in a ledger. I organize like everything. Like, I try to get as much shit as I can done, because doing boring shit like that is, I guess, more fun, like more interesting. It keeps me engaged.
True. 200
At
IQ.
least that
at least
one
for me.
strain where it just makes you fucking clean everything when you smoke it.
Oh, I don't even know if there's a strain that you
It's
smoke
shit.
and
Like,
have.
I swear to God, there's like a certain strain you smoke it and you just want to clean everything.
I
When
almost
we
smoke
got
something that
back,
gets my life.
Grandma
I bet it's
OG.
placebo.
It's
we
grandma
got back to
OG.
fucking I got back to
Makes you
Melbourne after being in the US for a
cookies,
month. I got off like a 16-hour flight and I got back to the Misfits house, and then there was some weed there and I smoked a little bit of it. And even after that 16-hour flight, I just fucking cleaned the whole goddamn house up. I was like, what the fuck was that shit? That shit was good.
Interesting. Yeah, I envy your swagger. It seems that everyone obviously reacts to drugs differently, and it seems I'm just different too in that sense. Sometimes I can be productive, but more often than not, weed is just like recreational, and I feel like I'm wasting the high because I know, I could clean my house, or I could have a fucking mad boogie with some tunes, and like the tunes always.
But you can just do both. Just I put music on. I put music on the speakers, and I clean and I dance around.
I know what you mean, but I'm just different. I'm just
it's fair.
I just can't. I can't, keep doing it every day. It's not.
Sometimes I wrestle with the possibility that my relationship with it is negative, and that my brain is purposely tricking itself into justifying its use. Like, if I don't smoke for a while, like, a while in a day, and I'm stressed out, like, I feel myself getting irritable and like and very like grouchy. And then when I smoke, I chill out. Surprise. But, I don't know if it's like that self-medication or what. Like, I don't know if it's a problem, which is weird.
It's only a problem if it's negatively impacting your life, I suppose. And by the sounds of things, you're handling and balancing your life pretty well, even with weed, and maybe it even makes that balance more enjoyable for you. So obviously it's something to keep an eye on, but as long as it's not like you don't feel like it's holding you back, which I definitely feel like it does for me if I do it too much, then I'd say you're fine.
Yeah, I feel like
it's just personal, I guess.
I feel like the fact that I do it every day and that my tolerance is so shot is probably helping me. Because if I had no tolerance, I'd be fucking zoinked and I wouldn't be able to do anything. Yeah. Like if I have 2 bongs, like punch 2 cones in a row, like I'm fucked. I'm still fucked. Like I can only do half or one, and I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing for me, bro. I like getting fucked up. Like in like a fun way, like I don't like,
Well, you're not drooling out of your mouth like you just took a heroin needle.
No, I like the recreational aspect of like really experiencing, like going on a trip, like that's why I like edibles so much.
Yeah, I did that.
I can't do it every day, obviously.
I don't know if I talked about it. No, we didn't. But when we had the edibles on 420, and I went back home, dude, I was in bed, and like I had some crazy closed-eyed visuals, like geometric patterns swirling all over my vision. Just fucking insane, beautiful colors, and it was just very distracting, and I was trying to sleep. And I'm drifting off into sleep, and these patterns are getting more and more intense, and then they morph into a 3D human face, and then I shoot up out of bed, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to keep my eyes open for a bit. And I was, my jaw was clenching, I was like, my muscles were seizing up, and I'm like, ooh, this isn't fun. This isn't fun at all.
What did you take?
It's just, I guess my body's response to edibles. Apparently, it's a common thing.
Fuck that
shit,
bro.
When we took space cakes, if you remember, Matt, Mace, and Toby, it was like the same shit. I'm pretty sure we were all like that, fucking bundled up and just tremoring. At least for me, and for Matt for sure, because he was
fucking terrifying.
Matt was in the bed next to me. Matt was in the bed next to me, and he was just fucking.
I was fine spitting in the pizza box, mate.
You were spitting in the pizza.
What do you mean you were fine? You thought you were gonna eat him.
You were fucking.
You thought you were gonna
retarded.
eat Toby. What the hell?
You're the most retarded.
We're not
gonna eat
fun.
me.
Cunts are fucked.
But yeah, I mean, I don't like getting that high at really at all anymore. I don't know. I used to get really, really stoned back in college when I first started, but I'd never get to that level anymore. I mean,
I like against that level.
It was
I think it's 'cause,
autistic.
I deal with high anxiety very well. I'm able to ride it. I kind of stave off that negativity. So I'm
That's
fucked.
nuts.
Maybe I'm even seeing shit or music just sounds insane or whatever. But I'm not overwhelmed by it. I've only been overwhelmed by it once, and that was that time in LA with the fucked edibles and Ryan vomited in the
Yeah, you were out for 3 days.
Yeah, that's the only time I've ever felt like that was too much. Every other time I just had a blast with it. But yeah, I mean, I ate the same amount of edibles. In fact, even more than you, I think, for the 420 thing, and it was fun. It was good. Definitely got pretty fucking baked, but I was still like, oh man, I wish my tolerance was lower so I could enjoy this more.
Yeah, just take more.
Shit.
Just have half
No,
the tin.
no. Take more, but less frequently is the idea.
All right.
On that sign shit right there.
I don't know.
I think I talked about this last year on the podcast, saying I'm only gonna smoke on Sundays, and that didn't last very long. So maybe this won't last very long either. I don't want to make it seem like I'm gonna fucking change my life or whatever. But I think I've learned my lesson by now that my relationship with weed needs to be a certain way, and I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna keep trying to keep it that way. So that's where I'm at.
Does it look like I'm actually in front of a fireplace?
No,
It's
not really.
We're on Discord though, so you're quite laggy and pixelated.
Yeah.
Because
I
of all
keep
the
looking over and
movement.
I'm like, what the fuck? That looks real.
Well, on that note, boys, we've been going at it for an hour 10. Maybe want to wrap it up unless anyone's got anything else to bring up.
Surely some Mason moments.
Yay.
Or Mason moment.
From the mind of Mason.
I got shapes.
He's got some shapes.
But I
Guys.
can't really eat them because of my tooth. So
Oh, how is your tooth?
what
Wait, we
happened
haven't
to
talked
Yeah,
about
dude,
that.
You fucking knocked your tooth.
How'd you do
What
that?
happened?
yeah, we'll save it for the next podcast, boys. What do you
No.
reckon?
Oh, like a bit of
He's
a
tired.
fucking what's
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
Bit of a cliffhanger there.
Okay,
Bit of a
well,
cliffhanger.
the next podcast should be one with a guest, one that we filmed in LA. But the one after, we're going to keep doing these bi-weekly until we run out of guest episodes. So you guys can look
How
at
many
the
more?
Mason's
How many
chip-
more do we have left? Like 3?
3, maybe 4. But
Yeah,
3. We
something
have
like that.
who do we have? We have
Game
Cody
G.
Ko,
Yeah.
and Noel Miller
Mhm.
coming out.
It's gonna be funny as
We
fuck.
have Pokimane coming out at some point.
Yeah.
Michael Reeves. I know a lot of people have been wanting the Michael Reeves episode that will be coming out. At
Michael
some point.
Jackson.
And there might be another one too, but I fucking forgot. I can't remember. We filmed so many in LA. It's an absolute blur.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can look forward to some nice guest episodes coming up in the upcoming weeks. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Thank you to GamerSubs, our sponsor. Go to gamersubs.gg, use code Misfits. If you want to pick up some quality merchandise, if there's any still up for sale, go to scuff.store.
Mhm.
And we will see you next time. Bye.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.
Dude, oh, Mama Kim's, dude, on King Street.
It's probably the most unrelatable conversation we can have on the podcast. Just conversation about the middle of South Carolina. But anyway, we got lots of stuff to talk about. One of them, I guess we'll just jump right into it, is we went and saw a movie on opening night, a specific movie that everyone has been excited for. People have been looking forward to this one for years. It's the Emoji Movie. We went and saw the Emoji Movie. Does that? I saw the look on your face just now.
We did see it.
It looked like pained when I said we went and saw it on opening night. You had this kind of dead look on your face.
Because if I'm being honest, I remember a lot from the movie, but nothing stuck. It's all just a flash.
Yeah, no, I feel the exact same way.
That's what the movie is, just a flash in the pan, right?
I hope so, but I think that it's
like a little fly that flew into the stew.
Unfortunately, I think it's memed its way up to the point where it's not a flash in the pan.
Oh no!
It'll always be remembered. The nut job is a flash in the pan.
Do you think when they make the second Emoji Movie or try to, they're gonna make it self-aware that the first one was bad and bring up its rotten score.
Probably not.
And like the rotten score symbol will be an emoji,
and
it'll be like
at him.
it'll be like a passing joke. He'll be like the villain of the second one.
So what is its current score?
I don't know. Like
rotten?
let me check. Sing a song while I check.
Okay. Night fever.
Still 6%.
Oh, 6%.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm not saying this for the meme of it. It really was a terrible movie.
Yeah, it was awful.
God awful.
I guess the best review I could give it is that I legitimately regret going to see it, and I know I hate myself because I'm gonna do this shit again where a movie comes out and I want to go see it because it's so bad and I'm interested and it intrigues me because I'm like, is it that bad? It's gotta be bad. Let's see how horrible it is. And then I end up supporting it, and then they end up making a sequel.
I saw this tweet where it was like everyone was like, hey, let's go see the Emoji Movie. Ironically, for the meme. And then it's like 7 months later. How did they make enough money for a sequel?
I know. Well, in that theater, except for the fucking bonker ass kid that I was like just whacked out of his mind kid that I was sitting next to, it was fully just like adult couples.
Wait, can I? Yeah, it was. There was only one kid in the whole theater, and he was sitting next to you.
Yeah,
and of all the seats too, we picked like terrible seats so no one would sit next to us. And then this like Mexican man with his little 4-year-old son came in and sat the kid right next to Ryan.
They took the last 2 seats on the far like right side of the theater.
Yeah, and then the kid was just going crazy. In the middle of the movie, Ryan leaned over and was like, "Hey, this kid's going bonkers." And I looked over and the kid is just jumping up and down in his seat and kicking
rocking
his
like back and forth. It almost looked like it was just like a flip-o-rama with how jerkish his movements were.
That father could have given less than one shit about his son during that movie.
That's what I was saying. It's like if he was a good father, like you look at me, I was wearing my typical get up. You don't trust a man like that.
Like Hawaiian shirt, top button undone. Like big like baseball cap, flip flops, gym shorts.
And like, why didn't the father sit between? Like, why didn't he sit between me and the boy as a buffer?
Yeah, he could have put a little space between him and the kid just for protection. You never know. You're sitting next to a grown man in a children's movie, so you never know.
But no, the father, like as soon as he sat down in his seat, he leaned as far away from like the kid as possible.
He knocked out. He was like, I'm going to sleep.
He was in the movement with like his arm in the shape of an L, you know, and then he had like his fist up on his temple.
Yeah.
His head resting on his fist.
Pretty sure he slept. At first, I thought you were going for an All-Star reference.
I was seeing if you would pick up on it because I wasn't going to finish my own.
I picked up on it. I just didn't know if you were going to,
It's fine. It's fine. I'm past it now.
But I guess
I'm still angry, but I'm past it.
At the beginning of the night, earlier in the day, it's a Friday afternoon, and I'm like, Ryan, let's go see a movie tonight. And he's like, all right. And I hadn't seen Baby Driver, so I'm like, all right, Baby Driver's going to be out of theaters soon. You've seen it like 4 times already. It's phenomenal. All my friends say it's amazing, so let's go see it. So Baby Driver's at like 8:15. We get home from work, chill for a bit. I go and I take a nap, and I wake up, and it's like 7:30. So I text Ryan. I'm like, hey, let's go get some food first. And he's like, I don't think we're going to have enough time.
Because I'm a stickler when it comes to being on time for movies and all that.
I like being, same here. I figured we'd have enough time, but I guess we didn't. So we go and we get food, and we're like, well, is there any later showing? And Ryan was like, well, there's an Emoji Movie showing.
At 8:45.
That'll give us enough time to eat. So we're like, all right, well, let's go just try out the Emoji Movie. Let's try it out. You know what I'm the most mad about? Not that we saw the Emoji Movie. I'm the most mad that we didn't buy a ticket to Baby Driver and then go walk into the Emoji Movie. We could have supported like a good film and then just gone and seen the Emoji Movie anyway.
Yeah.
So the money wouldn't have gone towards the Emoji Movie's box office.
Or just any movie but the Emoji Movie. That's the thing though. Like,
I see girls trip over it.
Is that against the rules?
Yeah.
You still bought a ticket.
Well, it's totally against the rules. But
because assigned seats. Like every theater out here has assigned seats.
Yeah.
I haven't been to one theater out here where it's not assigned seats.
They're organized out here in California. But like we get into the theater, we sit down, and Ryan and I are just like, well, no turning back now. I guess we gotta do it. And just sitting next to a lot of grown people. I think my favorite part of the movie was that the woman to the right of me and in front of me were on their phone the entire time.
Oh yeah.
Like not even trying to hide it. She was just sitting there with her feet up, with her phone on Instagram, just scrolling through Instagram the entire movie. And I'm like, I get it's the Emoji Movie, but you're still in a movie theater.
You're just up there just slightly pissed off. You're like, look, I get it. The movie sucks, but have some respect.
2 people like next to me, like everyone's just on their phone. I'm like, maybe they think it's okay because it's the Emoji Movie.
Oh, because
it's about phones.
It's the world inside their phone.
Exactly.
They were trying to help out their emojis too.
Exactly. They
in
were
real
trying
time.
to send the correct emoji to get the girl of their dreams.
You know what my favorite part of the movie was?
What?
The lynching joke.
There was a lynching.
That
joke
was a good one.
Where they, spoilers, guys. I'm sorry for the spoilers, but the camera, like, you know, the villain of the movie
pulls out a noose from like her pocketbook or
she was
whatever.
flossing,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then the floss formed a noose, and the camera made it so the noose was in the foreground and the protagonist was in the background looking through the noose.
She was kind of
gonna
like,
kill him.
yeah, she was kind of like vaguely threatening him, I guess, or whatever.
But let's get into our actual review of the movie. What do you say?
Okay, yeah, let's go. It was bad.
It was really bad.
The story was. I mean, of course, this isn't news to anyone. The whole movie's a giant commercial.
What? The Emoji Movie was bad?
I know, right? I mean, let's just go through quickly why it's a commercial. Candy Crush. The Candy Crush level. It was just a tutorial for how to play Candy Crush.
The whole scene was just, okay, so you have to swipe these candies here to match this color, but don't match these colors.
Then you got the Just Dance, which is just an advertisement for the Just Dance game. And I think the worst advertisement that we ran into was the one for Dropbox.
Right, because
Dropbox is the main point of the movie. That's where they're trying to go.
They're trying to navigate through the inside of the phone to get to Dropbox. They have to get to the cloud. And they're running from some viruses, some malware.
Well, this is a big, bad virus.
Yeah, this is a really big, bad virus. And they run inside of Dropbox to escape, and the virus can't get inside. And he's like, he can't get in? And the female protagonist is like, oh, no, Dropbox is impenetrable to malware. It was just the most blatantly, like, placed lines that she was like, it's impenetrable to malware and other attacks.
Like, the whole time I'm watching this film, the jokes are just lazy.
They didn't finish them. It feels like they started a joke and then just changed or moved on before they actually like landed it.
Well, it's like that, or it's like in the writer's room. The first time someone told a joke, it didn't quite land. They were like, well, let's just stick with it. Let's not try to make it funny.
You told me that didn't they buy the Emoji Movie? Like when the people came in to pitch the movie, they bought it right there in the room.
Yeah, Chad told me that they like bought it in the room. The guy was like, "Hey, it's Emoji Movie. It's like a movie in your phone," and then they bought it right then and there. Yeah. We can make a bunch of money, and they did. How much money have they made? They spent like $50 million.
$50 million was the budget, which is pretty low for like a big animated film. So
that's the newest fad now. I mean, Captain America was made on a cheap budget. I think it was outsourced to like Canada or something.
Captain Underpants?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see how much box opening weekend was.
30 million, probably.
All right, let's take guesses. You're saying 30 million?
I'm saying 30 million.
I'm gonna say 60 million. I'm gonna be optimistic.
No.
Emoji Movie.
It's not gonna break its budget in the.
You don't
first
think it broke even?
No, I don't think it broke its budget.
Okay, let's see. 25 million.
Woo! I win.
Nice. So even lower than what you said. That's half of its. I mean, good. We contributed to that 25 million. About $30 of that was us.
But do we have to talk about this movie more?
Yeah, I just want to say I'm really glad they found a way to put the pin pineapple apple pin guy in there.
I know
I'm really glad he was able to make a cameo.
He's the guy that was the voice of YouTube.
They go inside the YouTube app, and it's just a big screen with.
I was expecting to see a bunch of Let's Players and shit. I was expecting to see like Fousey Tube since he's like in Medea.
I thought they'd show us, but I was actually surprised they didn't.
Imagine if they did.
Like, how blown would your mind be if we're sitting there in the theater and it's the part when they're going through YouTube and you just see one of our like live action videos go by in the background?
You know, flattery is I don't know. It does some work sometimes. Maybe I'd have liked the movie.
Maybe I'd have to go see it again.
And
maybe tell everyone on our podcast to go see it because it's a genuinely good movie.
Just think, if the second one has a YouTube app and we happen to have to help out or something.
And if anyone from Sony happened to listen to this podcast. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it's just hypotheticals, but...
Well, you know, an Animal Crackers movie is coming out, so obviously nobody learned their goddamn fucking lesson.
And apparently, like, I didn't even know there was a My Little Pony CG movie coming out until
That's fine.
in the theaters the other day.
That actually has a fan base.
Oh, yeah, but I just didn't know that was even happening.
Yeah. I'm not going to see it, but...
You sure?
Yeah.
If you want to see it, I'll see it with you. That theater, I don't think it's going to be kids either. I think it's going to be mainly grown men.
I've actually legitimately tried to watch the show to see if I liked it, and I don't.
I've seen half an episode.
Not into it. At all.
Yeah. I think it's got a very niche fan base.
Yeah.
But
we did rinse out the bad movie taste with a good movie.
I rinsed it out with 2 good movies.
Yes.
Which one of the movies defeated the Emoji Movie for its like second weekend, which was Dunkirk, which I saw Dukirk. Sorry. I love war movies, and this was a wonderful Christopher Nolan war movie. It was very. I felt like it was kind of drowning porn because a lot of the scenes had to do with drowning. They're just like scene after scene after scene was like, hey, here's some drowning. And that's one of my biggest fears, if not my biggest fear. And I was just uncomfortable. But it was
built up
amazing.
the tension. I thought Dukirk did a great job of like building the tension and everything.
Oh my God, every scene was so tense. And the soundtrack was kind of what did it. It had this like droning soundtrack that was like
with the stopwatch ticking all the time.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Great movie though. So if you want a good movie, don't go see the Emoji Movie. Go see Dukirk, or go see what might have been my favorite movie all year, Baby Driver.
Sorry, what?
Baby Driver.
Yes.
I finally saw it.
It's really good. It's fun, isn't it? It's just a fun movie.
On a recent podcast, we made an agreement that if I didn't go see Baby Driver with you in theaters, you got to pour boiling coffee in my face. Doesn't have to happen anymore.
Nope.
I had forgotten about that until I tweeted about seeing Baby Driver, and someone was like, "Oh, does that mean Ryan doesn't have to pour boiling coffee in your face?" So, no, he does not. Thank God.
So overall, I'm on the what's it called? The G Club, talking for like an hour and a half about Baby Driver.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts about Baby Driver is I thought it was really, I guess fun is the best word.
Mm-hmm.
I had great actors and a really good story. And my favorite part was obviously like just the rhythm of the movie. It has like a rhythm because everything is synced up with music.
It's so satisfying to watch.
It's so satisfying.
Just the scenes and everything. My ideas have kind of changed with my gripes and everything. But one thing that still holds true that is like not a big downer of the film, but the one thing that I think could have been better was like the dialogue between Baby and Deborah. I don't know. Some of the dialogue between them felt kind of just weird. Scenes between them felt odd sometimes.
I guess my only, I wish it showed more of them growing closer. I guess
just building them together.
Yeah. I wish that they'd showed a little more of that. But it was a almost perfect movie. I absolutely loved it. And as soon as that comes out on DVD or Blu-ray, I'm going to grab a copy because I would like to support that. It's wonderful. Also, I mean, that's Sony Pictures. Sony Pictures also made the Emoji Movie.
Sony Pictures is also responsible for a lot of Adam Sandler movies. I don't know how to feel about them, dude. I know. Because they own, Columbia Pictures.
Remember when they got hacked by North Korea? Why didn't...
Was Sony Pictures the,
Yeah, it was Sony. They were the ones that did the interview. So
Oh,
North
wow,
Korea was like,
yeah.
or allegedly North Korea hacked them. But then some people also believe that was a PR move where they didn't actually... they hacked themselves to publicize the interview. I don't know how true that is. I watched an interview, no pun intended, where Seth Rogen, this was the peak of the whole North Korea, Seth Rogen, James Franco, crisis.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought that'd be a thing. But he was on Jon Stewart or something, and he looked so terrified the whole time. And he kept, Jon Stewart, leaned forward, and he, flinched and
Wait,
everything.
really?
He looked so scared for his life. There's one interview. I think it was Jon Stewart. But, yeah, I mean, that's our movie talk for this week. Two fantastic movies. So, I mean, I don't know how much longer they're in theaters when this comes out, but go see them.
Go support Baby Driver and Dukirk, please.
And also, if you have seen the Emoji Movie, give us... I have not seen a lot of people's actual opinion on it other than Jack's films. So go out and go in the comments if you've seen it. Let us know your honest opinion on the Emoji Movie. I'm genuinely curious to... If there's people that actually found it enjoyable, why?
Or didn't find it offensive in any way.
Yeah, let's hear it. I want to hear your full reviews. I'm going to go back through and read these. So let me know. Let me know what you think about the Emoji Movie. I'm curious.
I mean, there's no paragraph or essay that will turn my mind to decide it's a good movie. But I'm interested to read y'all's opinions.
What if there is, Ryan? What if someone writes a beautiful explanation and you're like, you know what? I've changed my ways of thinking about the Emoji Movie.
I'll block them from commenting on the channel again because then they'd have that much power over my brain.
That might change.
I gotta protect it.
But you know what I want to talk about?
No.
Not movies. I want to talk about the movies that play in your head when you're sleeping. I want to talk about dreams, Ryan, because I've had a series of really weird dreams lately. In fact, I wrote them all down on my phone so I wouldn't forget them, so I could talk about them on the podcast. All right?
Yes.
Okay, dude. So I'm gonna start with the most outlandish one, which could be maybe a movie. If some Sony executives were listening and they wanted to buy the rights.
You know, if anybody from Sony felt like this was a good idea, you might have to come contact us.
I mean, any of these dreams actually, they all make good movies. You know what, Ryan? I'm gonna tell you all of my dreams, and at the end, I want you to tell me which one, if you were an executive, which one would you buy the rights to and produce a film for? Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the first one is I had a dream that there was a zombie outbreak, but all of the zombies were radical Muslim extremists.
Okay,
So I mean, that was just weird. I don't know why I had that dream. It's where like those
Can't
guys
fault you. It's a dream. You have no control over it.
No, they figured out a way to like come back as zombies and be invincible and carry out terrorist attacks with zombies. So that was my dream.
That's their master plan.
Yeah, I hope that they don't hear this podcast and suddenly go, wait a second, that's a really good idea, and figure it out. My other dream after that was I had a dream that Shigeru Miyamoto was my father, and he was a deadbeat dad, and he was homeless, and he had no money, and I was.
he wear like a tank top?
No, he
Like
was
a
just
wife beater?
No, he was just wearing regular Shigeru Miyamoto clothing, but he was my dad. I don't know why. He was my dad. He barely spoke any English, but I remember he came to me one day in the streets, and he told me that what did he say? He was like, I'm sorry I haven't been there for you, and it was like very weirdly emotional. And then I pulled out my wallet, and he saw that I had like a couple dollar bills, and he got tears in his eyes. And Shigeru Miyamoto was like, I need money. So I told him, I said, Dad, I'll take you to the ATM, and I'll get you some cash, okay? I want to help you out. So we're on our way to the ATM, and he just goes batshit. He goes berserk. And he runs under an underpass, and he starts smashing a bunch of bottles and throwing shit around. And I remember screaming, like, Dad, stop! Dad, stop! I'm trying to help you!
And you loved him in your dream.
I
like he
did,
was your
yeah.
dad.
He was my dad, and he's breaking shit, and I knew that the cops were going to come and arrest my father when I was trying to help him out. And I remember I started even screaming, like, stop. I started screaming Miyamoto-san, stop, in Japanese.
Even though you know he's not your dad, whenever you see a picture of him now, because he was that emotionally attached to you in your dream, do you kind of go, oh,
There's a little something different.
There's a
now.
little something.
There's a little like seed of something new there. But I remember screaming for him to stop, and then finally I got him to calm down, and he was shaking and crying, and he said, I just told him, I said, Dad, you were never there for me. I don't have any emotions for you. And then he cried, and then that was my dream. I told him I wasn't taking him to the ATM anymore. So that was that dream. Really bizarre.
Did he like? Did he run away with Mario afterwards? Did he like leave your family?
No, dream just ended. So whatever else happens is up to the listeners' interpretation.
Hello guys, welcome back. We are going to end the stream. We're ending the stream, and it's been a good one. Honestly, I think that the Misfits should honestly just make more episodes, not be so late on the news and whatnot. Honestly, I really think that the podcasts are just like, I'm running out of them. So if you guys have any suggestions for podcasts, please let me know, because I would take suggestions, because only thing we basically got every week to listen to is just Super Megacast. But anyways, I'm going to now end the stream. Thank you for coming out. It's been a real pleasure building for everybody's entertainment today. And honestly, I think I think I might actually, I'm thinking about it, but I really want to make a movie, like an amateur film or something like that. I think it would be really cool to make some sort of movie. I feel like in a live action creative mood, for something. I have actually done really good like vlogs in the past that have a story to them, but I think I want to do something that's like 20 minutes long or something like that. Or maybe I don't know, but I want to make something really entertaining that would last more than like 5 or 6 minutes. But like something, I haven't really made anything like that in a while, or even put anything like any effort into anything besides just doing live streaming, because live streaming takes up all my time. As you can tell, this is a lot of time being put into this. And honestly, I think I'm just gonna try to like brainstorm some ideas, and I might make a couple videos soon. Anyways, thank you for coming out, and peace out.